Well, a very warm welcome, everybody. Apologies for the delay. Oly Bale must have forgotten his watch, as he has been not here for the last 15 to 20 minutes or so. And I think very, very fortunate not to be put on the clock and to be starting behind here in this match. But we are underway, and he has got himself an opportunity here in the opening rack. And it is Simon Webb and Nick Finn with you on commentary for this one.
Afternoon. Yeah, Oly Bale from the West Country, Liam White from the Midlands, Stoke-on-Trent way. Should be an interesting game. Two players who really haven't established themselves this season. No real deep runs from either, so they'll be looking towards this last event, last chance of the year, to get themselves into the money. It's not the best of starts from Oly. Liam White, Danger Mouse.
Yeah, first opportunity then for Liam. Slightly strange first visit to the table for Oly.
Yeah. But what a table to come to. What an absolute mess this is. Not often you see a table quite as cluttered as this. Like, I think just about every yellow's tied up. There's one or two that are in the open. Let's open one of them up. It's not much better for reds, actually. You've got this red at the top of the table. I think the other two reds were there. They're guarded. I think they both have a pocket, so
makes this first frame huge, doesn't it? In terms of, it's going to take out a little bit of the clock here, and whoever wins it's going to settle in, and the loser will have had table time and will feel hard done by. Sort of, I don't know, I always feel like that tactical first frame, it just adds a bit more weight to it. I mean, you know, if Oly opens up with a break finish, Liam doesn't think twice about it.
Should be a fairly simple shot for Oly here, just to bump this red out. Leave the cue ball at the top of the table. Can't leave much on. The table's starting to open up though. So last chance of the year for everyone in the field to get themselves a deep run. Last chance at silverware. We already had some prelim matches. 9 o'clock this morning, Cole Bedford beat Ryan Lambert 7-6. Christy Caulfield beat Lewis Roberts 7-3. Dave Fernandez through against Peter Mullaney. Andrew Patchett through against Clayton Castaldi. And this 5 or 6 games currently underway as well. Carl Cope 5-4 up on Dylan Leary. Chris Hampson 5 each against Aaron Davis. Scott Gillespie 4 each against Josh Jahaz. Connor Jones 6-3 against Dom Cooney. And Greg Batten, the losing semi-finalist from last night. See if he can get over his heartbreak, and he's now playing Amy Beauchamp in these 2 frames each.
Has that gone wrong for Oly? Oh, he's got to bend it. Excellent shot, though.
Yeah, good recovery.
Oly's got so much talent out there. He really has. He's capable of all sorts, but never really been able to put it together with ultimate ball. Never really been able to find a rhythm, find a run. We've seen so little of him on the Pro Series, but he really is a very talented player. Maybe too talented for his own good sometimes, in terms of believes he can do the absolute miraculous all the time. So, having got to the table in the opening frame, Liam will be disappointed that he wasn't able to earn an opportunity to actually have a go at it. But what about that for a break? Oh no. We talk about Liam's break all the time because it is such a huge weapon. It was tongue-in-cheek, call it pound for pound the best break in the game, because he's isn't the biggest of guys, shall we say, but he really does have a huge break on him, and that was massive, but it's a terrible result.
Looks like he's eyeing up yellows here, which surprises me. I'm looking at reds thinking you've got the red in bulk, the red on the side cushion. If it doesn't go in off the yellow, then you can leave yourself the perfect angle just to nudge it down, and everything's wide open.
I'm the same as Oly though. I was thinking yellows all the way. Yeah, just didn't even look at the reds. The only ball that was a problem was the one he screwed into. He could have just taken that down the table first shot. If he'd just put himself on the short position, taken it bottom right, the frame was over. Maybe he didn't fancy that shot, but moving into it, not guaranteed to come out well, and he's got half a shot to play at most here.
Clever little shot. Just judged the nudge into the yellow really well. Nice pace. So it looks like the first two frames are going to go the way of the ex-Welsh international, West Countryman Oly Bale, who's probably chewing someone's ear off in reception and didn't even realise that the other game had finished.
Because Liam was in the arena when Tom was being interviewed. He was already there, getting himself ready, putting his cues down by his chair and everything else. So he was sort of stood around waiting for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's had any effect on the way Liam's played so far. He hasn't really, just a safety battle so far.
There's a man that can talk the hind legs off a donkey, so yeah, he was probably somewhere nattering.
Another break that's not come out particularly well for Oly. We'll keep an eye on that as we go through the match. But the two breaks he's had have left terrible layouts. The one break that Liam's had left roll-ins.
Again, it's one of those tables that it's just messy. He needs to really think about his route and the order he takes these in. The red will pass to middle, the one that's just to the right of that cluster. Which I think, well, he's actually moved it. I was pretty sure that passed to middle. Convinced he was actually trying to move that ball, but I think he's actually got a potting angle for this one to the one he's going for, the top left pocket. He can come off the cushion and bump the other one out.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
That's super.
I mean, it's one thing to have the angle and have the shot, but that was so well executed, calmly done. This isn't easy.
No, not at all. Not at all. Got the cannon to perfection as well. It's an excellent shot. From a really difficult table, he's carved himself a great chance.
It's still going to need a good positional shot onto the 8 ball here. Get the cue ball onto the top cushion. The line is available, but the line he's going to have to pick because the 8 ball doesn't go bottom right. It means he's going to be travelling the cue ball quite a long way.
Yeah, if he finishes high, he can come one cushion up to this right-hand side of the table.
Might have to play for it into the centre pocket with the line he's got.
I think so, yeah. And if he does overrun, if he underruns it, he's got it to corner. If he overruns, he's got it to the top pocket.
Oh, nearly significantly overdid it.
Yeah.
That was a nice shot in the end. Very, very good visit. That was the highest tariff clearance we've seen so far in the match. And Liam White's first real chance in the match, and he took him out really smoothly. I see that Dom Cooney's lost 7-4 to Connor Jones. A really disappointing weekend for Dom, having shown signs of life in the previous few tournaments. His early exits in both.
It's another dry break.
And this time he hasn't left quite as big a roadmap. There is one little problem to solve. It's not, I mean, I may be able to get behind the yellow to right centre.
Yeah, I think so.
8-ball then may not go to its natural pocket. It might squeeze past the red to bottom right. It's just a little bit fiddly down in the bottom corner, that's all.
These three yellows kind of take care of themselves. Just needs a little stun shot, and he's got the other two to middle. I mean, he can go up now to play middle and go up to the one in bulk if he wishes, and then come back down and use the one near the middle for a link ball. That's what he's going to do.
If he hits the red to the right of the 8-ball full in the face, that would be perfection. Use that as a sort of guide. If he gets there, perfect. If he doesn't, still should be okay. I think he's quite short on it. His only thing, does the red, he's obviously going into the red.
Yeah,
does that cause him an issue?
Needs a double kiss out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just okay. I think he's he didn't use a double kiss. He just glanced off it.
And now he's looking for a pocket for the 8-ball.
Yeah.
So it tells us that it probably doesn't. Well, he can't really get to it for that pocket anyway, bottom right. You might just have to screw underneath it and take it top left, accept what you've got. Oh, it goes left centre. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't even look close. It can't do. He must have been playing top corner and just got into it too much. That's a poor shot.
Yeah.
And nowhere near on the attempt there, so disappointing in the end for Oly Bale, and an opportunity to tie the scores up here for Danger Mouse.
Fairly routine finish here. Nothing difficult on the table.
If he's straight enough, I quite like the one to bottom left now, and just pull it back for left centre, and then the last three take care of themselves. Bottom right, right centre, top right corner. He's decided to come down the table, which means he's going to be leaving the one left centre as his last ball, you'd feel, which isn't really a problem with the 8-ball being where it is. The only shot that could go wrong in the visit is the one that's coming up next, only because the tables just play that little bit nippier now. But you couldn't be better on it, and absolutely should never miss this ball. Nice pattern, nice visit, and nice counter clearance for Liam White, and we're all square at 2-2. Well, Oly's made a ball this time and probably the best layout he's had on his break so far. I was going to say he only has one ball to move, but the fact that he's just dropped that in tells me this red goes into the centre pocket, which means there's nothing to move. It means he can just pick this one apart. Transition shot, only one that can go wrong really. Yellow's kind of in the way in between the two reds at the top, so just have to go one side of it or the other. And comes back. Just means playing it this way around means the yellow in the middle of the table plays quite big, which is why he's played it 2 cushions rather than 1, and that's a beautiful shot, but it needs to travel. Yeah, now he has to, unless he can hold, which I don't think he can, he now has to pick another gap. Whereas if he comes down an extra 2-3 rolls, he's straight in and it's frame over. That's the difference. He still should get the gap, but just got to make sure. And he's come down too far. It's actually a poor shot from Oly. He did all he could. Drop it in and leave the 8 ball where it is. That's actually not bad. So really nice visit to the table from Oly Bale. Dealt with a little bit of an issue at the back end and made sure. Oh, this has been brilliant from Liam so far. Great response to what Oly did in the previous frame, but this requires queuing in. Can he just hold it for right centre? Oh, he's just pulled back too far. Touchy shot.
Yeah, and he's got no shot either. He's too close. Can't make any angle whatsoever. If he was maybe an inch further away, he could try and cut it somewhere, but he's got no chance here. The problem is there's nowhere safe on the table. I wonder, the only thing I can see is maybe he can just brush off it and try and get in behind the yellow on the table. He's trying to pull something out. But yeah, that was all that was there really. Maybe just flick off of it into the bottom cushion and come up behind the yellow on the bottom cushion, touching ball, which would have put the pressure back on Oly. But as it was, he was running out of time and just had a bit of a Hurrah. Oh, Oly Bale. That's dreadful. Should never be missing those. Gives the frame away. And what a big... Oh my goodness.
No.
What am I watching?
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Frame 6 could be a big one. It feels big.
I was just exactly what I was just about to say. I mean, this is a huge frame.
Oh, that's... Oh, I can't believe that. Liam's too good a player to miss that. He's just got to make sure here, nothing careless, and he's going to be 2 in front considering the mistake he made in this frame and the way this match has gone so far. He'll be over the moon with that. Oh no, Oly's missed another one. What's going on?
On earth are we watching here?
I know we talk about these pockets being tighter now on your Rasson Apollo, but that was one that you should absolutely never miss. There's 3 bad mistakes in that frame. Positional error from Liam, and then 4 bad mistakes with a positional error from Liam, and then they both missed bad shots. We don't know. We've had no further confirmation since the World Championships, but this might be Ronan McCarthy's last professional tournament in terms of, well, maybe he might be at the Pro Cup in all honesty in a couple of weeks, but hinted at the World Championships after he won it that he would be retiring. That's certainly something I hope that Ultimate Pool are looking at, and if they get any sort of hint on that, then we absolutely should make a big deal out of it, because he deserves that, being a legend of the game.
Carl Cope's beaten Dylan Leary. Aaron Davis still 6-5 up against Chris Hampson. That scoreline has been like that for the last 20 minutes. Scott Gillespie 6-5 against Josh Jahaz. Greg Battman 6-3 against Amy Beauchamp.
About that from Oly. Oh dear, we're seeing some things in this match, we really are. Neither player on it really.
He's got the gap as well.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh, how fortunate.
Aye.
Yeah. Not quite the result he was looking for.
I think he's alright. I think this yellow passes to middle. No, it doesn't.
He's just gifted the chance now to Liam. The word I can only come up with really for what I'm watching right now, it just all feels a bit careless, a bit sloppy. We're so used to professional players just being clinical and a lot tighter with everything they're doing, but this just feels a little bit loose. This is a tough layout for one reason and one reason only for Liam White, and that's the 8-ball is a problem. And it's not an easy problem to solve. Do you back yourself just to get behind it, which should be tough? Could see the case on these new Rasson Apollos of coming down there. If he comes down on that line an extra 2 foot, then he can play the breakout with control and should be on a ball to top right. And he's decided to leave it. Might play it now, if he can.
He's got the angle. Screw back into the 8, and he can't avoid being on a red.
Too much angle, I think. Oh, he tried to make the angle that wasn't quite there. And another mistake. They're feeding off each other right now. The player that can just settle down and find their game the quickest here could run away with this one.
Needs to find the line here. 8-ball plays like a beach ball. This looks good. Yeah, very good. That's really well judged.
Yeah, not a big gap he's found there, and he's absolutely balling out perfect.
That's much better from Oly.
Yeah, back in front. 4-3. Think about the mistakes he's made in this match, and he's still winning 4-3. Alright, can Liam find a ball? He can. And how's the layout? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Decision making here. Yellow on the right hand side. Yellow tied up a little bit at the top of the table. 8-ball guarded. Red's at the top. Slightly awkward as well. And the one above the 8-ball. It probably has to be yellows. But you got to figure this one out. The pattern is key. Not sure if he's got any angle at all on the only real potable yellow straight away, which is the one top left.
Yeah, he's looking at the one bottom right, but I mean, you'd love this to be your last ball to get on the 8.
Yeah.
Just this kind of angle and stun across into the 8-ball, but as you say, he had no angle whatsoever to play at, and I don't know if he's on anything. I don't think he can get to the potting angle of the one to top right, so he's got a very thin cut on the one on the bulk line to top left, and that's about it. This could open things up. He's a bit of luck.
Oh, he's been unlucky.
Can he play the one to middle and just play a little soft stun to into the bulk area? Yeah, to there where he's showing you his tip is, and he's got one of those 2 yellows to the left. It might just still be okay.
Yeah, that's a good shot. He's actually got an angle on the bottom one of those 2. He can float across for the one on the cushion next. That would leave the one at the top. Last ball. There is room. You get anywhere near the sort of right centre pocket just below, that would see you on the 8-ball. So there is more room than it looks, but you'd have to be careful. Oh, he's getting to the one on the cushion from the top one of the 2, and that's an excellent shot. Only thing that's bad news, he's a little bit straight here, which means he's not going to get himself off the cushion. Getting onto this 8-ball is going to be tough now. Really tough.
Yeah, what he'd have given for a couple of rolls.
You might have to really top this one through and use side cushion, top cushion to get off the cushion. Give himself a chance. Can he really punch this to get out? That's a big shot.
The harder you punch it, the smaller the pocket gets. That's the problem.
And in the end, he kind of rushed it. And where he's landed, there's no way he's getting on the 8-ball anyway.
No.
And you end up a little bit of a nothing shot because he had to play something with the beeps ticking down.
Don't mind that. Could have attacked from there. Another day, a player who's naturally aggressive in Oly Bale would have gone for those, but it's not a horrible shot. It puts the pressure back on Liam. I mean, even if he finds something here, he's only really going to be left with some kind of double on the 8. Not often you see Oly play the percentages. You'd normally see him go gung-ho, but
very frustrated Liam White right now. I'm sure he can quite believe the level he's played in this match. I've seen a lot of Liam over the last few years. Obviously he's based out of the club that we visit every single Monday night for our TV show, and so I see a lot of him, and he's so much better than he's playing today. He's just having one. That wasn't the best of shots from Oly. neither player's even close to their level. Oh, that's made things worse. That little feather off the red changes the red at the bottom of the table. Now can't get to the potting angle. And he's left this straight, just off straight the wrong way.
He's got a lot of power. I think he'd be squeezed straight down, trying to move the 8-ball. Doesn't get it.
This could never be the last ball either. Oh, it did get to the potting angle. Wow. I'm really surprised by that, and he's made it work for him. Well, it's a very, very odd way of going around that clearance, but it's worked for Oly Bale. He has got the 8-ball, and all that really matters is that he wins the frame.
Shane Thompson struggling. He's 3-0 down now against Gary Clark. Vivek Mack 4-1 against David McNamara.
Haven't seen enough of Vivek this year.
No.
He's struggled. He struggled more on the mental side of the game, I think, than anything else. I think it's not easy to step up and be an ultimate pool professional. But potentially in a good shape there against Deej. Could be a significant result for Shane Thompson, who's now gone 4-0 down. It's he's outside the top 16 looking in, and for a former #1 player, he's fallen from grace. And the fact he's up as high as 20th in the rankings is actually signs of a very good first tournament this weekend where he had a good run. He's having a very poor season. I was talking about that. Oly's in for another finish here.
I think Shane's trying to spread himself too thin personally, but I mean, when he was winning, he was fully focused on English 8-ball. Now I don't blame him. He's travelling to the States, travelling to China, playing different disciplines, and I think he's just struggling with the transition from one to another.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Here we go. Oly Bale gets out the dart shot and misses it by a distance. I don't mind seeing that from Oly. I'll be honest with you. I mean, those of you at home probably looking at it and seeing that for the first time think that's reckless. He couldn't reach it. It would have been the rest would have been required. Oly is as good with the dart shot as he is with the rest, if not better.
Yeah.
He's just missed it. You know, we've seen Oly before, and actually there was a few issues on the TV show when he played in the Champions League earlier this year, where he started doing it where it wasn't required, and obviously in professional sport, bookmakers look at that and it wasn't well received. But in the right place at the right time, it is a good weapon for him, and I think that probably was the spot.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't showboating in any way. As you say, he went to reach over, realised he couldn't, and I mean, it's like you say, he plays that shot better than he would with a swan neck rest.
Yeah. One thing you will say, it was a really bad error to leave himself stretching and hampered in an awkward angle, because he was perfect. 2 out, you've got to make that clearance as a professional player, and to let that one go is a really bad error. Tom even referred to this at the start of the week. He can't really go straight from China into and no practice straight into an English event, and the same with China. He just needs that little bit more breathing room. So schedule next year for Shane's going to be quite big to put together.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy just to say yes to everything, and then you're literally getting off a plane from China or from the States and travelling up here, which is pretty much what he did. He was in the States last weekend and got off a plane and come straight to the back pool, changing disciplines. Yeah,
hasn't been home yet. He's going to come straight from Louisville straight here, and he's going home for 24 hours tomorrow, I believe, or Monday. Flies to China on Tuesday. So it's just a little insight into kind of the world he's kind of trying to figure out at the moment, and he needs to figure out what's best for him to be successful, because he knows it's not worked at the moment, and he's open about that.
And while it's great traveling all over the world and playing in these events, if you're not winning, then it's pointless. There's only so long that they're going to want you to keep coming back anyway if you're not a winner.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's the right. I mean, he's been offered this because he's a former #1 player. But if you don't start winning again, then all of a sudden those offers might disappear. So
and also your sponsors. If you're not winning and getting their logo onto the TV screens in the latter stages. How long are they going to want to fund it? I mean, it's a snowball effect. So I think, as you say, you're better off picking your events and just trying to get a bit more success and not trying to fill up your calendar. There's, I mean, Chris Manning's done it for years, but he's an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I would go that. And as much as he's an exception to the rule, and he has made it work, and he's been successful for a long time,
He's still struggled.
I think that if you'd said right, go and play that one discipline only, I think he'd have had more success.
Yeah.
We've seen that with Gareth Potts. He's done that. He's very strong-minded, is Gareth. Big fan, and he's made it work for him in China because he fully 100% committed, and he's back doing that again, and he's having huge success doing it as well. And I think all of us, English pool, will kind of follow his journey, and and pleased to see it. Lost a turn, hide the white, take control of the frame. Just got to be careful. Try and get underneath the 8 ball here.
Yeah, it would be easy for this to leak out and leave a shot. It has, and it's certainly not left anything easy, but nobody's got a full sighter.
But if he's left the cross double, that's worse, because it allows him to actually control what he's doing. And he has, I think. Fair to say, Oly got that one all wrong. All wrong. So reward for Liam White here. Cue ball in hand, mop up job, get all square, and make this match a best of 3 with, 13 minutes or so to go. Play this one 2 or 3, depending. Might just stun out, depends how he feels. You could go the other way and play it with the running side and come off the bottom cushion as well. Either way worked, and nicely done.
Right.
And Liam gets himself back on terms here.
It's the kind of thing he would do. Just annoyed with himself more than anything else. Nice timing from Oly. That they really opened up. Got all the power through the pack. And another chance for Oly Bale.
I've just popped out, Nick, and I can tell you the match is finished because I saw Gary putting his coat on. He's on the back arena, almost behind Oly's back right now. But I have sent Mark Shepherd, our roving reporter, to find out what happened. It's now showing 7-0 on the scorecard, but I've got a feeling that there may be a rage quit in there from Shane Thompson at 5-0. Oh, Mark has just joined us in the commentary box. We will we'll let you know momentarily. Well, we have confirmation. We'll tell you, let's just let Oly finish this frame off, give him the respect he deserves, because he's about to go on the hill here. Simple 8 ball then for the 6-5 lead. One away, Oly Bale. Nicely done. The way this match has gone, that was very calm and smooth, which we haven't seen a lot of in this match.
Liam White in a must-win frame to make this a hill match. And that is a dry break.
Shake of the head. It's so frustrating. We've all been in matches like Liam here, and when you just haven't even been close, and you keep thinking it's going to change, you keep trying, and just you can't. You can look back and shake your head at a brilliant break that's come up dry here, but if Oly was to run these out, Liam only knows he's got himself to blame.
I don't think Oly's going to be running anything here. He's already fallen out of position. He has nothing. I mean, it was a wide open table, but I was just about to say, don't be surprised, Liam, if you do come back to the table, because the way the game's gone, it just can't be that simple. Oly picking up the rest this time, deciding not to play the dart shot. Didn't work last time.
Yeah, it didn't, but I mean, you know Oly well as well, Nick, and I've seen him do some silly things with the dart shot. I once watched him. There was a tournament because we're from similar necks of the wood. You know, Oly's about 45 minutes away from me. So one Friday night we were at a tournament somewhere in our area, and all the action had finished, and he was just having a couple of drinks and having a bit of fun with people on the TV table, and he did 7 straight break and runs, playing every shot as a dart shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. One of the most miraculous things I've seen on a pool table.
Yeah. He's got an 85 break on a snooker table, one-handed.
That's amazing, isn't it? Doesn't play all of them dart shots though, does he? Some of them he plays for the snooker one. He would have done some normal. Which I understand a little bit more. It's hard to control, but the dart shot in particular, I mean, I wouldn't be able to hit the white, let alone control it.
It's the way, I mean, he can stun it back, he can screw it back the length of the table on a dart shot, which just blows my mind.
Might be some people saying if he did 7 straight break and runs as dart shots, why is he not playing every shot like it? Because when he's had 2 hands on the table in this match, he's struggled. Misses his cannon the first shot here. So looks like he's going to back himself to make the combination here. It's a pretty good chance as well. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just nip that one. Didn't have to really rip it. Just almost play it as a stun shot. Maybe pull it back a few inches.
Yeah.
Just puts more pressure onto this shot. 8-ball plays big here. Well, he tries to drop it in. That's actually really clever because he's left himself plumb in right centre. This has been brilliant. Those last 2 decisions, absolutely excellent. And now he is 2 balls away from winning this rack and winning this match. And yeah, it was scruffy and it was a little bit edgy in places, but you have to say he's had more quality on the table than Liam White, and fully deserves his victory, and he marches on to the last 32. Danger Mouse will be so disappointed with the performance he's put in. Oly Bale won't. He can move on. He can move on to the last 32 and improve on that, and who knows from there. We'll hear from him after the break, and then plenty more on the way.